part of my story. Like I said, that I've been through. It's not just that I've gotten out of sin; it's that I've been through some pretty traumatic stuff. I felt inferior as a kid, and I was kind of belittled a lot. I didn't have great friends. I was inferior and made fun of. Then in my teens, I became an addict, and then at 18, I became an alcoholic, and I was into sexual immorality and stuff because I was a teenager on meth. And I had a girlfriend. Different stuff happened, and I got screwed up and developed schizophrenia about 20. Became a severe alcoholic, and by 25, had liver failure 3 times. The third time, I was in the hospital with a large liver and spleen. Went through the DTs, which are alcohol physical withdrawal symptoms, where I was hallucinating and delusional, and part of my experience with the trauma I've been through is no matter what I was mentally breaking down. I developed paranoid schizophrenia supposedly at about 2021, and then I became a disorganized schizophrenic, which is like I would have these episodes where my mind would break down into severe confusion and I couldn't comprehend how to do anything, to go anywhere. I would have to lay in my bed in my parents' house and mentally rehearse how I could say, if someone knocked on the door, just leave me alone, I'll be all right. It was so difficult to think that I almost couldn't get that sentence out. Just leave me alone, I'll be all right, come back later. I became agoraphobic, afraid to go anywhere unless I was with my parents. I was afraid to go still. I wouldn't walk anywhere anymore. At one point, I thought my heart was going to give out and I was going to die. I was afraid of that. And then it got to the point where I was afraid to even get in the shower at times for my disorganized schizophrenia, for fear that if a disorganized episode hit me, I might not know how to get dressed and someone might have to call the ambulance. And the ambulance would take me away and I'd be naked because I didn't know how to get dressed, and they'd be laughing at me for being naked, and I'd be taken away in an ambulance naked. And I was afraid to go anywhere, afraid to do anything. Wouldn't. I ended up having to go to 12-step meetings to get sober from alcohol, and it helped me off drugs too. And church came later in my life, and at that point in my life I wasn't Christian, but earlier in the day, most of my earlier life I was not Christian. I believed in God, but some of the things I've been through, I've lost my identity as a male. For a lot of years, I thought I was gay, and I was not, but I thought I was, and I thought I was schizophrenic, thought I was dumb, thought I was inferior, thought I was weak. So I thought I was inferior to all of you, and I was mentally breaking down as well as I was sinning. But I've managed to find my way out of most of that, and I'm also sinning less than I was, and I'm turning from someone that was extremely shy and insecure, and imploded within, like crushed in, like sucked into like a black hole, to someone that's becoming less shy and able to post now and talk about stuff and play music, and tends to speak the truth and be courageous with the truth and fight for the cause, and especially truth. So that's part of my story. I've said it many times. You might think it's distasteful, but yeah, I mean, I've been through all these things, and I'm not these things anymore, and I've been set free from them by the biggest key of all: truth and courage and God. But you can't not use truth and find your way out. You have to use truth and courage. You have to tell the truth to the right people. And just because you're courageous doesn't mean you're not afraid. Telling the truth when you're courageous is you're scared to tell the truth, but you do it anyways despite your fear, and you use the truth as a weapon, as a weapon against evil and as a weapon against the illness. And you're going to find ways out that you never thought possible when you start wielding the truth. And if you start living by the truth, then answers come to you later on that you would never know if you were trying to figure out the answers but still lying in your own life. You have to use the truth to find the truth. Have a good day.